Imagine this. You wake up one morning and everything you've ever wanted, financial freedom, a life filled with purpose, the ability to give back without limits, is finally yours. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if I told you it's not just a fantasy? What if I revealed that there are specific habits, practiced daily by some of the wealthiest individuals on the planet, that can take you from where you are now to exactly where you want to be? Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, a man named John was working 2 jobs just to make ends meet. He was exhausted, stressed, and felt trapped in a cycle of paycheck to paycheck living. Then, he stumbled upon a book by Bob Proctor, one of the most influential figures in personal development. That book changed everything for him. It wasn't magic, it was mindset. By adopting 5 simple yet powerful habits, John went from barely scraping by to building a multi-6-figure business within 5 years. And guess what? These same habits have worked for thousands of others around the world. But here's the truth. Wealth isn't about luck or being born into privilege. True, wealth is built through intention, discipline, and consistent action. The problem is, most people never learn how to think like the rich. They stay stuck in old patterns, blaming circumstances instead of taking control of their future. That's why today, we're diving deep into 5 habits that will make you rich, inspired by the timeless wisdom of Bob Proctor. Whether you're starting with nothing or looking to level up your current success, these habits will shift your perspective and set you on a path toward abundance. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with actionable strategies you can implement immediately. So grab a pen and paper, or hit pause whenever you need to soak something in, because this could very well be the turning point in your journey to financial freedom. Ready? Let's get started. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. You're standing in the home of your dreams, surrounded by everything that brings you joy. The sun is shining through the windows, you hear laughter in the background, and you feel an overwhelming sense of peace and accomplishment. Now ask yourself, how would your life change if you could hold on to that image every single day? This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a practice called visualization, and it's one of the most powerful tools used by the world's wealthiest individuals. Bob Proctor, a legend in personal development, often said that what you focus on expands, and your thoughts become your reality. Think about it. If you constantly dwell on scarcity or fear, you'll attract more of the same. But when you intentionally visualize abundance, you begin to rewire your brain to seek opportunities instead of obstacles. Let me share an example. Olympic athletes have been using visualization techniques for decades. Before they step onto the field or into the pool, they've already seen themselves winning in their minds. They've felt the rush of victory, imagined the perfect execution of their moves, and prepared mentally for success. And guess what? It works. The same principle applies to wealth building. When you vividly imagine yourself achieving financial freedom, your subconscious mind starts aligning your actions with that vision. So how do you start visualizing effectively? First, set aside 5 minutes each morning to sit quietly and focus on your goals. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and see yourself living the life you desire. Feel the emotions associated with success, joy, confidence, gratitude, as if it's already happened. Be specific. Instead of vaguely thinking, I want to be rich, picture the exact amount of money in your bank account, the type of car you're driving, or the impact you're making in your community. Bob Proctor also emphasized the importance of writing down your goals. Combine visualization with journaling by describing your ideal life in detail. What does it look like, sound like, feel like? The more real it becomes in your mind, the faster it will manifest in your reality. Remember, your thoughts are blueprints for your future, and consistency is key. Make visualization a non-negotiable part of your daily routine and watch as opportunities begin to flow your way. Let's talk about something that might sound simple, but has the power to completely transform your life: reading. Now, I'm not talking about scrolling through social media or skimming headlines. I'm talking about immersing yourself in books that challenge your thinking, expand your perspective, and teach you how to create the life you truly desire. Bob Proctor once said, "The majority of people live lives of quiet desperation because they think small. And he's absolutely right. Most people never break free from their current circumstances because they're stuck in the same patterns of thought, day after day. Here's the reality. If you want to achieve extraordinary results, you need to feed your mind with extraordinary ideas. Successful people understand this, and they prioritize learning above almost everything else. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, spends 5 to 6 hours every day reading. Oprah Winfrey credits much of her success to the lessons she's learned from books. And Bob Proctor himself was a voracious reader, often devouring 2 or more books per week. But here's the catch. It's not just about reading any book, it's about reading the right books. Start with titles that align with your goals, whether that's building wealth, improving relationships, or developing leadership skills. Some of Bob Proctor's favorite recommendations include Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, and Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. These books will help you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance and give you practical tools to start creating real change. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I don't have time to read. But here's the truth, you don't have time not to. Even if you're busy, you can still carve out 15 to 20 minutes a day. Listen to audiobooks during your commute. Keep a book on your nightstand for bedtime reading, or dedicate the first 10 minutes of your morning to diving into a chapter. The key is consistency. Just like exercise strengthens your body, reading strengthens your mind. And here's another tip, take notes. As you read, jot down key insights, action steps, or quotes that inspire you. This not only helps you retain information, but also gives you a personal library of wisdom to revisit whenever you need motivation. Over time, you'll notice something incredible happening. Your thoughts will become sharper, your decisions will improve, and opportunities will start showing up in ways you never expected. Remember, your income will rarely exceed your level of personal development, so commit to reading every single day, even if it's just a few pages. Feed your mind with knowledge, surround yourself with growth-oriented content, and watch as your potential expands beyond what you ever thought possible. Let me ask you a question. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Take a moment to think about it. Now here's the hard truth. Your net worth is often a reflection of their average net worth. Jim Rohn, a mentor of Bob Proctor, famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if those people are holding you back, keeping you stuck in negativity, or encouraging small thinking, then your growth will be limited, no matter how hard you try." Bob Proctor understood this principle deeply. He knew that success isn't achieved in isolation. It's cultivated in an environment of inspiration, accountability, and shared vision. Surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, believe in your potential, and push you to become better is one of the fastest ways to accelerate your journey toward wealth and fulfillment. Think about it like this. If you hang around people who talk about problems all day, you'll start seeing the world through the lens of problems too. But if you're surrounded by individuals who see opportunities everywhere, who dream big and take bold action, you'll naturally begin to adopt those same habits. Energy is contagious, whether it's positive or negative. The people you choose to associate with can either lift you up or drag you down. Now, I'm not suggesting you cut ties with everyone who doesn't share your ambitions. That's not realistic or kind. But I am encouraging you to be intentional about building relationships with people who inspire growth. Attend seminars, join mastermind groups, or connect with mentors who have already achieved what you aspire to create. These kinds of connections will expose you to new ideas, strategies, and mindsets that can propel you forward faster than you ever thought possible. Here's a powerful example. One of Bob Proctor's students, struggling to grow his business, decided to attend a high-level networking event where he met several successful entrepreneurs. He struck up conversations, asked questions, and absorbed everything he could from them. Within months, he implemented their advice and saw his revenue double. Why? Because he upgraded his circle, and with it, his mindset. So how do you find these inspiring people? Start by identifying where they gather. Look for conferences, workshops, or online communities focused on personal development and entrepreneurship. Follow thought leaders on social media and engage with their content. When you meet someone who inspires you, don't be afraid to reach out and express genuine interest in learning from them. Most successful people love helping others grow, as long as you approach them with respect and authenticity. Remember, success leaves clues. Surround yourself with winners, and you'll start thinking like a winner. Elevate your environment, and watch as your life transforms right before your eyes. Let's get real for a moment. How many times have you had a great idea, felt excited about it, and then nothing happened? You told yourself you'd start tomorrow, or next week, or when the time is right. But here's the brutal truth. Knowledge without action is worthless. Bob Proctor often said that most people know what to do, they just don't do it. And that's the difference between those who dream of success and those who actually achieve it. Success doesn't come from thinking, planning, or wishing. It comes from doing. Massive, consistent, relentless action. The problem is, so many of us are held back by fear, doubt, or procrastination. We wait for perfection, for the perfect moment, for everything to line up neatly before we take the first step. But life doesn't work like that. Opportunities don't knock on your door. They show up when you're already moving. Think about some of the greatest innovators and entrepreneurs in history. Did they wait for the perfect conditions? Absolutely not. Steve Jobs didn't wait until he had all the answers before launching Apple. Oprah Winfrey didn't hesitate because she was afraid of failure. She took bold steps, even when the odds were stacked against her. These individuals understood that momentum builds through action, not waiting. Every step forward creates clarity, opens doors, and brings you closer to your goals. So how do you break free from inaction and start taking massive action? First, shift your mindset. Stop thinking about what could go wrong and start focusing on what could go right. Fear is natural. It's part of being human, but it doesn't have to control you. Bob Proctor taught that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's taking action despite fear. So instead of letting fear paralyze you, use it as fuel to push harder. Next, break your big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Sometimes we feel overwhelmed because our dreams seem too big to tackle all at once. But every skyscraper started with a single brick. Write down 3 things you can do today, right now, to move closer to your vision. It could be reaching out to someone for advice, signing up for a course, or simply committing to showing up consistently. What matters is that you're doing something, anything that moves the needle. Here's another key point. Don't let perfectionism stop you. Too many people fall into the trap of wanting everything to be just right before they act. But progress beats perfection every time. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. As you take action, you'll gain confidence, learn valuable lessons, and refine your approach along the way. And here's one more thing to remember. Action attracts opportunity. When you start moving, the universe starts responding. People notice your drive. Resources appear seemingly out of nowhere, and challenges that once seemed insurmountable begin to dissolve. Why? Because energy flows where attention goes. When you focus on taking action, you signal to the world and to yourself that you're serious about creating change. To put this habit into practice, I want you to commit to one bold action today, something that scares you a little but excites you a lot. Maybe it's pitching an idea to someone influential, investing in your education, or starting that side hustle you've been dreaming about. Whatever it is, promise yourself you'll do it. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Remember, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Let's talk about a habit that might seem simple, but has the power to transform not just your mindset, but your entire life. Gratitude. Now, you might be wondering, what does being grateful have to do with getting rich? The answer lies in one of Bob Proctor's core teachings, the law of attraction. He believed, and countless successful people agree, that what you focus on expands. When you practice gratitude, you shift your energy from lack to abundance, and that shift attracts more of what you're grateful for into your life. Think about it this way. If you wake up every morning focusing on what's wrong, your bills, your problems, the things you don't have, you're essentially telling the universe, more of this please. But when you start your day by appreciating what's already good in your life, you send out a completely different vibration, one that says, I'm ready for more blessings, more opportunities, and more abundance. Gratitude isn't just some fluffy self-help concept. It's backed by science too. Studies show that practicing gratitude rewires your brain to focus on positivity, reduces stress, and even improves relationships. Successful people understand this, which is why many of them start their day by listing things they're thankful for. Oprah Winfrey, for example, has kept a gratitude journal for decades, writing down 5 things she's grateful for every single day. She credits this practice as one of the keys to her success and happiness. So how do you make gratitude a daily habit? Start small. Every morning or evening, take 2 minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Sometimes the smallest joys are the most powerful. It could be the roof over your head, the coffee you had this morning, or the smile from a stranger. The key is to feel the emotion behind each item on your list. Don't just go through the motions. Truly connect with the feeling of gratitude. Another powerful practice is pairing gratitude with visualization. Before bed, think about your day and find moments to appreciate, even the challenges. Then, visualize yourself receiving more of what you want while feeling immense gratitude as if it's already happened. For example, if you're working toward financial freedom, picture yourself checking your bank account, seeing the numbers you've always dreamed of, and feeling overwhelming gratitude for how far you've come. This combination of gratitude and visualization creates a magnetic pull toward your goals. Here's another tip. Use gratitude to reframe setbacks. When something doesn't go your way, instead of spiraling into frustration, ask yourself, what can I be grateful for in this situation? Maybe it taught you resilience, patience, or gave you clarity about what you truly want. By finding the lesson or silver lining, you turn obstacles into stepping stones. Finally, remember that gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. It's about living with an attitude of abundance. When you approach life from a place of gratitude, you naturally attract more reasons to be grateful. Opportunities flow more easily, relationships deepen, and even challenges become easier to handle because your perspective shifts. Commit to making gratitude a non-negotiable part of your day. Start small, stay consistent, and watch as your life begins to reflect the abundance you're cultivating within yourself. Because true wealth isn't just about money, it's about living with a heart full of appreciation for everything you have and everything that's yet to come. All right, let's bring it all together. Over the past few minutes, we've explored 5 life-changing habits that can set you on the path to real wealth. Not just financial wealth, but a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. Let's recap. First, visualize your wealth daily to align your mind with your goals. Second, read every day to expand your thinking and break free from limiting beliefs. Third, surround yourself with people who inspire growth and push you toward greatness. Fourth, take massive action because success belongs to those who move forward no matter what. And fifth, practice gratitude to attract more abundance into your life. These aren't just ideas, they're proven strategies used by some of the most successful people in the world, including Bob Proctor himself. But here's the key, they only work if you do. You can watch this video 100 times, but nothing will change unless you commit to implementing these habits one step at a time. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one habit from today's video and focus on mastering it for the next 30 days. Just one. Maybe you'll start visualizing your dream life every morning. Or maybe you'll dedicate 15 minutes a day to reading. Whatever you choose, make it non-negotiable. Write it down, set reminders, and hold yourself accountable. Small actions, done consistently, lead to extraordinary results. And don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Tag a friend in the comments, send them this video, or simply have a conversation about these habits. When you share what you've learned, you reinforce it in your own mind, and you might just change someone else's life in the process. Before you go, hit that like button. If you found value in this video, it lets me know I'm on the right track, and it helps others discover this content too. If you're ready to dive deeper into personal development and wealth building, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more insights and strategies coming your way. Finally, remember, this The journey to wealth starts with a single step. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to have everything figured out right now. All you need is the willingness to grow, the courage to take action, and the belief that you deserve a life of abundance. So go out there, start small, and trust the process. Your future self will thank you. Until next time, stay inspired, stay consistent, and remember, your best days are ahead of you.